Alright, so it's another weeknight here, and I have a flex hone that I purchased. It is a gear wrench flex hone. Just kidding, maybe it's not. It's by BRM. I thought the number was gear wrench 24. Yeah, there it is. Sorry, gear wrench 120 grit 4 1/8. So it's a little bit bigger than the bore. Here's the number right here, 2488D. And anyway, bought that sucker. It's like $100, but anyway, that is the hone that I'm using. So I have it here chucked up on a drill. So I have that hone chucked up on a drill, and I have it all lubed up. I took some just like junk motor oil right here, just some old stuff that might have had metal in it, and I just didn't want to put it in an engine. But anyway, coated this sucker, and then stick it in here. Kind of gotta spin it to enter, and basically as slow as you can go on the drill and as fast up and down as you can go, because you want the angle with the bore to be 45 degrees. So if I spin this about as slow as I can go, that's what you get. And then you can actually look at the strokes left behind. You can either wipe the oil out and try and look at the actual marks, or you can actually look at the ball marks, but you don't want to look at the very last ones because that's when you were drawing out. But anyway, you want to do that just until it cleans up. So I'm going to go in here, take a rag, clean this out. And so I'm looking at this thing, and I don't see any marks, no rust marks really anymore. Just a couple little like water marks. But I can't feel them. Can't hang a fingernail on them. So I don't really want to take a bunch of material off. That's not really the idea here. I'm just trying to get some marks in it so that it'll hold some oil and not be glass smooth anymore. So that's what I'm going to do for every cylinder here, and just kind of see how it goes. I'm definitely new to this, so kind of learning still. Alright, so I did all the cylinders here, and you can see now it's got like a nice hatch in it, good scuff marks in it. Those are about a 45, might be a little shallow towards the top there, but did best I could. Basically drill about as slow as you can hold it, and pulling it in and out about as fast as you can hold it. So didn't take too long, not a big deal. There's a couple little stains I might try and touch up where the rust left a little mark, but if I can't feel it with my finger, to me that indicates it's not that serious. So might just move on from here, but at least it's a good start. Well, I got this head sitting here, and I'm going to take all the valve stem seals off and strip the head down to just the head and just the valves. So I had these two out. These were two that I took to work to measure and see what the diameters of them are, which one is 3/8 and one is not 3/8. So I don't remember which. I think the exhaust was a bigger shaft. So anyway, I had to order different size seals for each. So you want to keep the valves in their original location, so don't lose track of where they went. So I'm going to put these two back right now. But basically I got to take these and pull them out, and that strips the O-ring off of it. And then take a pliers and pull that seal off of that guide there. So I'm going to do that with all these really quick. Okay, so I just took this little paint scraper and went along here, scraped off as much of the gasket as I can. There's a few little spots like right here where it's really thin. I'm just going to take this pistol and go up and clean that off. And honestly, it might be a little rough. This is a race car. I wouldn't do this probably, but it'll be fine. There's a huge gasket that goes along here, big, thick. You know, what's that? Easily a 16th inch thick. And so I'm going to go and clean this face up so it is like nice and clean and bare metal. So I'm going to do that. So I have the heads, or this head, basically cleaned off. So I took and I scraped this whole deck surface. It's all been scraped. That'll have to be cleaned yet. Same will basically the whole head, the stems and everything. Because you can see there's a bunch of grit and dirt and terrible underneath there, rusty, kind of like flakes that come out of this water port. And then I have the intake manifold surface pretty well cleaned up too. So that's all nice and straight and square and clean. At least this side is where we were using that sanding disc. And so that's one of these guys, which they're kind of handy. I don't know what grit they are or what they're for or whatever, but they do work kind of nice. And I don't know, obviously you need to be careful. You can make a pretty good divot if you're not paying attention, but that's just kind of how it works. So yeah, I'm going to do that treatment to both heads now.